Well, I just wanted to welcome two very special guests. My name is Tim Law with Playing It Forward Coaching, 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘄𝘼, and I am thrilled beyond words to have Loraine Flyzik and her equally beautiful daughter, Samantha Butcher, on the screen here with us. And Loraine and I go way back to the 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘄𝘼 League when she was a player up there in up at Bainbridge High School, if I recall right, and then
That's
went on
right.
to coach at Sydney High School. And Samantha also had the chance to play with her mom, Loraine, at Sydney High School, and is now up at Hartwick. Is that correct, Samantha?
Yep, at Hartwick College, coaching there. So
fantastic. Okay, so Loraine, let people know where you are and what you're doing, and kind of how you got there.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Like Tim said, you know, we go way back, and he was actually one of my mentors early on in my career, and I'm, you know, proud to say that. He was one of the people that shaped me early on and really gave me some solid you know, coaching philosophies and things like that when I was a player. And it's quite unique because he was from a different district, like he wasn't my coach. And we just hit it right off, our team and his team, which was from Hancock, New York. And we just hit it right off right away, the two teams. And so he was one of the initial people to get me into coaching and thinking about coaching and doing all of that. I went on to have a very successful physical education, you know, degree and career at Sydney High School in New York. And I got into coaching tennis there. It was definitely my forte. I coached other things. And then from there, I retired, and now I'm down in Hilton Head Island, and I have a part-time job at a tennis academy down here. It's called the Vandermeer Tennis Academy, and it's quite well known, and it has a great reputation. So that's where I'm at, and I'm extremely happy to have, you know, been able to transition through my career that way.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, Samantha, how about your journey?
yeah, so like Tim said, I'm currently at Hartwick College. So I am the head women's tennis coach there. I kind of came from a coaching background with my mom, obviously, as a coach. My dad, they were both very successful high school coaches. So I kind of knew along the way that that was maybe something that I wanted to pursue. I played tennis in high school and my junior and senior year in college as a Division III student athlete. And I, right out of college, became my head coach's assistant coach for the men's and women's tennis programs there. I completed my master's degree in sport management and was fortunate enough to get the head coaching job that I have now. So.
Super, that's fantastic, and I'm sure your mom and dad are very proud of your accomplishments so far, Samantha, and good for you. And
thank you.
You know, that's what I can't emphasize enough with how important it is for, you know, young people to have, you know, some good role models as far as adults that actually believe in them and that kind of thing. If I could ask either one of you, and I guess I'll bounce back to Loraine here, as far as some of the key life lessons that sport and tennis and everything else that you've been involved with, what you know, how it helped you, you know, through your life.
Well, I guess the best life lesson it teaches you is how to lose. You know, everybody can win. Winning's easy. Winning's fun. We love to win. And, you know, luckily enough, in my career, I did have a lot of wins, but it's because I had great kids to work with and athletes that really bought into my philosophy. But I truly believe that one of the things about, especially an individual sport, because you're out there by yourself, is how to rely on yourself and look inside yourself and, you know, really dig down and find that inner strength. So I think those would be the two biggest life lessons that I can think of.
Yeah, no, that's super, Loraine. And what's really good about doing a number of these interviews is I'm getting a variety of you know, personal life lessons based on, you know, your experience. So as well as the others that they might be saying it similarly or entirely different ones, but it's, you know, it's based on, like I say, your pathway. You know, how about you, Samantha?
Yeah, so kind of like Mom mentioned, you know, tennis is an individual sport. So something that kind of taught me playing and coaching is to just not compare yourself to other people. And, you know, in an individual sport, you're competing directly with your own teammates. So it's very hard to not say, oh, well, you know, she's number one and she's got a great forehand, so I need my forehand to get better. But really just being able to set your own goals and focus on your own goals rather than where other people are. And then that translates off court, just to, you know, don't compare yourself, because what you're doing, stay on your own path and keep in that direction, and, you know, let other people do what they're doing. But, you know, tennis has really taught me that. And then kind of coaching and playing has, you know, just taught me that people will surprise you. And not always a bad thing, sometimes a really good thing, especially with recruiting. You know, you get some answers that maybe you weren't expecting, someone that you thought maybe wasn't too interested, and then all of a sudden they commit. So people are going to surprise you all along the way, and just being able to adapt and be flexible and just realizing that you're not going to be able to control everything around you. So those are definitely some takeaways that I've had the past few years.
Very good. One of the things, and again, it kind of spurs some thoughts as far as coaching, because at Hancock we had you know, a girls team. We did not have a guys team. Now, I'm here in York, Pennsylvania at a school called Northeastern High School, and I'm actually coaching the guys and the girls. And as Loraine knew too, that I was also a wrestling coach back up in New York when I was there as well. So people always get a funny reaction between, okay, girls tennis and guys wrestling back at that time, and it is different. And one of the things, and Samantha, you kind of spurred the thought there as far as dealing a little bit differently with the girls than with the guys, okay? And with the girls, you know, I'll kind of gently chide them or tease a little bit here or there, but not too harsh. With the guys, it's kind of game on. And I'll give you a good example. I have this guy, and I've used this story before here at Northeastern, class of 19. His family emigrated here from Romania, and it's a classic story, and I'll share it with you. We were going to have what we call Tennis Tuesdays, and it was probably February, and it was tolerable to actually go out and play. So anyway, I called Tony up. His name's Tony Damian, and I call him up and I said, "Hey Tony, you're going to come out and hit today?" He said, "Oh, no, coach, I have to go get my braces tightened." I said, "Tony, come to me." He says, I said, I will take care of your teeth and I'll give you a discount, right? Yeah, that's it. So he said, without hesitation, he says, "Coach," with his Romanian accent, "Coach, why would I come to you to align my teeth when you can't even park your car straight?" He said, you know, so. So it's that kind of back and forth that you kind of live for, you know, and I've probably told that story 100 times. And, but now, obviously, as far as the ladies are concerned, you know, we do go back and forth a little bit, but certainly not to any great degree. So Samantha, you kind of spurred that thought as far as what you just said there. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know, going off that a little bit, when I was at SUNY Oneonta before, when I was the assistant coach, and, you know, I was the assistant for both the men's and the women's team, as same head coach, same assistant coach for both. So I worked very close with both teams, and, you know, it's so true. You coach them differently. You know, I find that girls, they want to be told in detail, you know, why are we doing this? And the boys just, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to do it? I'm going to go do it. But not even just that, you know, every class that you get, you have to kind of adapt to the group, each individual, and not even just girls and boys. They're all individuals. They're all different. You can't treat one the same, you know, coach them the same way as you might for another, because it doesn't work the same for all of them. And just every group that you have every year is different. So just being able to kind of be flexible when
Yeah.
with your audience of who you're coaching is
Yeah,
important.
I can
too.
already tell, Samantha, you're a good coach, just because, like I say, no, seriously, just because the idea that you're showing that flexibility to deal with kids as individuals, and they're different. There's certain ones that you can kind of ride them a little bit, and there's other ones that are, just any negative feedback, they kind of crumble, so you just have to kind of know what you have there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How about you, Loraine? Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's definitely reading the room. I think that there are so many times when, you get accused of having your favorites or things like that. And it's not even necessarily that at all.
Mhm.
It's more that what kid feels most comfortable with you.
Mhm.
And, like you said, the banter going back and forth. And I think the biggest thing that I try to do as a coach is recognize maybe that kid that's not feeling as comfortable as the other ones, especially in their own skin, and try to reach out to them a little bit more. And then I always liked to do the mentoring within the team itself, and take a kid that's really an extrovert and pair him with the kid that's more the introvert, and try to build that relationship so they have that outside of the court as well.
Right. No, definitely agree there, ladies, and both some great feedback and some good points. What advice would you give to kids as far as, preparing them, as far as if they are going on for college, whether they're playing a sport or not? What are your thoughts there as far as kids that want to go on to higher education?
Go ahead, Samantha. You're the expert in this area right now.
Yeah. So, and I tell all my athletes this. I talk about it with a lot of my recruits, but it goes for any student that's coming into college. Is number one, just get involved. Get as involved as you possibly can. Join clubs, make friends, get internships, go study abroad. Give yourself that overall experience. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. And it's going to be the experience that you make of it. So really, getting out there, getting as involved as you possibly can. And then on top of that, making connections, making relationships, and kind of branding and networking yourself, because it's a cliche. My mom always used to say it, but it's so true. It's not, what it's who a lot of times. So when you're coming into college, creating relationships with your professors and your coaches, your teammates, and administrators is going to have that network that you need, and you never know what network they have and what they're going to be able to help you accomplish and what you can learn from them. So getting involved and creating that network and those relationships are huge advice that I give to anyone coming into college.
Excellent. Yeah, very good. Loraine, anything else for you to add on that commentary?
Yeah, I think that coming from the high school perspective, I think what they need to do is really have an idea of where they want to be, but the idea has to be realistic. You can't expect to play number 3 on your high school team and go to a Division I college. Like, you have to put things in perspective and really say, where do I want to be? What do I want to do with this? And then have your coach help you do that. I remember vividly building a relationship with Samantha's college coach, and he took several of my kids from my program. And when Samantha was ready to make the change from great big college to the SUNY system, it was a much easier transition for her because I had already built that relationship with that particular coach. So I think that's crucial.
I would certainly agree. Any other thoughts or advice that either one of you would give to teens, young adults, at this kind of time in their life?
Well, I just say, you know, follow your gut and not your heart, because your heart will have a tendency to lie to you, but your gut will never lie to you. If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not, you know, the right fit or the right thing for you.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Samantha, how about you?
Yeah, I touched on it a little bit earlier, but just going with the flow, being flexible. I think if, you know, the pandemic has taught our team anything, it's you know, control what you can control, and what you can't is going to work itself out. We always used to say when I played tennis, control the controllables. So you can't control the wind, you can't control the sun, but you can control your serve. You know, you can control your net game and things like that. So just going with the flow and letting things come, be able to, you know, face adversity as it comes to you, and move past it, and just being flexible with everything. So
Sure. Well, it's interesting. And something else that Samantha said that made me really think about this was, and it's one of the best ways I've taken as far as being able to take pressure off, especially my females. And that is, if the goal is not necessarily to win, as your mom said, winning is fun. It's great. We love it. Don't get me wrong. But it's the will to prepare to win. In other words, getting yourself prepared, do the best you can. And I always say, you know, to my girls and my guys, is as long as you put in the best preparation, you're competing against your own best self. You know, you can go out there and basically get beat 1-1, 2-2, something like that. But if you played some great shots and played a great match and pretty much played as good as you can, that's okay. That's okay. And that's one of the key things I've used as far as trying to take some of the pressure off the ladies, because they, you know, they want to win or this or that. And, you know, if they get in over their head, as long as they're out there and just battle, give it everything you got, and then it's over. You know, it's not warfare. You're not throwing bullets at each other. And it's a type of thing where if they'll have that mindset, they can really, you know, kind of hit the zone, relax, and play their very best. And if you play your best, hey, good enough, you know?
I think as coaches, we set that tone too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like, you know, the level of winningness, I guess. And, you know, if they're under pressure every time they start out on the court, because they know that the coach is, you know, the coach wants them to win so badly.
Right.
You know, I think that that's a lot of, a big part of what we can control as coaches is not putting that extra pressure on the kid, and to remember how much pressure we put on ourselves out, you know, going out onto the court.
Right, right, exactly. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So.
yeah, well, I mean, one thing that we talk about, you know, on our team, or I talk about with families of recruits and things like that, is my job is not to win. That's, you know, that's going to come, but my job is to help our players reach their goals and to get them better. And if we're not getting better, then we're not going to win, right? So it's nice to win. We love to win. We want to win a conference championship, of course, but that comes with the hard work and, you know, what can I do for you? How can I help you reach your goals? Let's sit down and let's really figure out where you need to get better. Because at the end of the day, if you're not getting better, then, you know, there's always going to be someone else coming in. So, you know, taking the pressure off of winning and putting the focus on getting better, improving. Where were you last season? Where are you this season? You know, where were you last week? Where are you this week? And just putting the emphasis on that, I think, is important.
Sure.
I remember one of the most important things that I could do as a coach for those kids was on the bus ride to Hancock, I would pull out the last time we played them, and I would show them, you know, okay, this is what we did against them last time. This is what I think we should be doing this time. And I would speak with each kid individually, and I would say, okay, you know, you beat them 6-4, 6-4 last time. That's a pretty close match. What do you want to do this time? What's your goal? Do you want to go 6-2, 6-2? You know, where do you want to be in this match? And I always used to pull the last time out that we, you know, that we saw this team or whatever.
No, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, this has been fantastic. Very, very grateful for both of you. If anybody, again, it's going to be up on my YouTube channel, Playing It Forward Coaching. If Samantha, if people need to get a hold of you, could you give your number and the best email address for people to reach you?
Yeah, sure. So my Hartwick email address is butchers, so butchers@hartwick.edu. My private email address is skbutcher23@gmail.com. So those are definitely the best ways to reach out to me.
Okay. And Loraine, how about you?
Yeah, my email address is 𝙈𝙀𝘿𝘄𝘼, and it's spelled FLYZIK 25@yahoo.com. And, you know, that's the easiest way to get a hold of me.
Okay. Well, fantastic. Well, thank you so much, ladies. It's a thrill being able to have both of you here. And I was saving this for right till the end, Samantha, but this is right toward you. I've known your mom longer than you have.
I'm sorry about that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah,
And,
that is
It's
true.
good to know, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And,
I say that.
we're
ahead.
so proud of the work that you're doing with
Yeah.
you know, paying it forward and everything, Tim. And we're 100% in your corner, and anything that the two of us can ever do for you, we will be there backing you up.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Thanks for
I
including
appreciate
that.
it very much. And if actually, once we have this up on there, if you could just, you know, put it out to, you know, your friends on social media and that type of thing, and just say, hey, you know, check out this video, subscribe to the Playing It Forward coaching channel. All that really helps, because you both of you know tons of people that I would never know, and I hope to meet a lot of these individuals through you.
Right.
And, you know, continue to just play it forward, just because, you know, kids, certainly the teens especially, need the, you know, some positive role models in life.
Yes.
Lord knows there's enough negative models out there, you know, that type of thing. And
Correct.
it's down to just trying to do your best to try to have some standards, you know, as best as possible. None of us are perfect, but we don't have to be on the lower rung of the ladder either, for that matter, you know.
Correct.
Well, thank you, ladies. Any last words or comments on your end?
No, we appreciate you including us in what you're doing, and you know, we're happy to be a part of it, and your content's awesome. So we're glad to be here. So thank you.
Okay.
Yep, and I've passed your stuff on to the head pro at my facility here, and I know that Samantha has gotten on several times and used things from your link, and we just want you to keep going with it because we love it.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Well, I look forward. I will definitely be staying in touch with both of you, and if we can, you know, set up a Zoom scenario because of this COVID craziness. A Zoom thing that can help out any of, you know, the people that you're dealing with at Hilton Head, Loraine, or Samantha up there in New York. Love
Sure.
to do it, that's for sure. I'm wide open for it.
Yeah.
Okay, Happy New Year.
Okay, Happy New Year to you ladies too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.